Pep Talk UK! Pro Bees up in the northwest. I come out of London every now and again, you know, and sometimes, you know, I've got to see, you know, special gents like the man himself, Mr. Hughie Fury. How are you?
Not too bad, sir. How are you doing?
I'm doing alright, you know, I'm doing alright. Luckily I come up here, I brought the sun with me, you know, you can
listen,
thank me later.
You can take the sun back with you, it's too hot.
Do you know, it's mad musty like, and the nights as well, they're really sticky, aren't they?
Oh, listen, especially in that gym there's heat is on phenomenal at the minute, but it's good I suppose.
Yeah, and that's what I was thinking. As soon as I walked in the gym, I was like, you know, this is the perfect place to make weight. You know, if you're in the lesser weights, it's the perfect place.
The problem is we don't have that problem to make weight. It's heavyweight, isn't it?
That's it. So look, we were talking off camera about, you know, the latest goings on with yourself and just talking about boxing in general. And at the moment, you know, just ticking over, refining the tools. How's training been overall?
Yeah, training's always good. You always learn in the gym. Me and my dad go over things. We're just basically just working on different things all the time. Obviously doing a bit of strength conditioning with trainer Peter Clark. So yeah, everything's going well.
Yeah, and we also mentioned the fact that, you know, I saw you 3 years ago in York Hall. I think it was a Haymaker show, and you've grown quite a bit.
Yeah, exactly. Listen, with me, the older I've got is people's got to realise I started this in the professional business at 18-year-old, and I didn't really mature. And now I'm coming into myself, and people will see that in the further fights.
Yeah, I mean, what we talked about, I think, you know, off camera was, you know, about the journey so far. You went straight in there, you know what I mean? You went straight in there for the tough guys, the big fights, you know, difficult opposition. You didn't try and pad your record, you know, you went straight in there to try and get valuable experience. Yeah,
I don't believe in talking to anyone. If you think you're the best, fight. At the end of the day, this is a game where you're a fighting man, so no need to dodge anyone. And it's about in getting that ring and learning. But before, it was a man against a boy, and they're the fights what I've been up against with the Pulev and stuff like that. But obviously, I had the cut and stuff. But like you say, it's all learning my trade, the ring craft, and now I'm ready. 100%.
I think, you know, I remember watching your fight with Joseph Parker at the time, and there was much debate. You know, I think I talked about this with Peter Fury about, you know, the outcome of that fight. Looking back at that, do you still feel you were really unlucky in that fight?
100%. Listen, I know for a fact I won that fight. Even Joseph Parker knew I won that fight. It's not for the fact I've gone round in circles. But listen, time goes on. Obviously, he wasn't the luckiest man in the world, am I? So the main thing is just keep digging in. My time will come.
You know, what I always remember about Hughie Fury, I was saying, you know, to the old man is, you know, you got some rhythm, man. You got some rhythm. I was calling you Chris Brown, you know, with the moves, you know what I mean? You got some rhythm. But I think a lot of people were looking for, you know, looking for the rhythm and also, you know, some more aggression, you know, which you told me as well that, you know, you're coming into now, you know, now that you're, you know, you've filled out and grown more since you were, you know, a young buck in the game.
Yeah, 100%. Like you say to you, things will come on, and now it's about getting the fights and putting the shows on, and that's what I'm ready to do. And I'm excited to start this year off, because obviously with COVID and everything's been all over the show, but I just can't wait to be back out there putting a show on.
Yeah, definitely. You know, just talking with like other fighters as well, that, you know, about the game at the moment, you know, it seems like there's a lot of wrangling, shall I say, you know, for the big fights to happen, for people to risk their O or to risk a defeat. You know, it's where, you know, you completely turn it upside down and say, you know what, I'm a fighting man. Let's have it.
Exactly. Listen, people can be afraid and protecting the zero on the record. At the end of the day, that doesn't mean nothing. It's about getting in there, getting the experience, and if you do believe you're the best, there's no point trying to dodge everyone and just fight people who's not the capable, who's going to just keep building that zero up. You're going to get found out sooner or later anyway. So you're better off taking the risk and building from it.
Yeah. Is this what boxing at the moment is suffering from at the moment? Because you see the UFC, win, lose or draw, the top guys they all fight each other.
Exactly, it's the best way. Like you just said there, the UFC, they fight whoever. They win, they lose, they're back in fighting the best again. So it is. It's the UFC. You got to take your hat off to them because they are proper fighting men, aren't they?
100%. Hey, we're talking about also, look, guys that have stepped in and gone straight in, thrown themselves straight in that deep end. We've got to talk about Joe Joyce, another guy who's gone in there, since turning over to pro, gone in there, had hard fights straight away.
Yeah, 100%. He's had the hard fights. He's not dodged anyone, and he's what's he called? He's up there, isn't he? So you got to take your hat off to him.
How do you think he gets on against Carlos Takam? I mean, he had quite a win against Daniel Dubois, which a lot of people gave him plaudits for.
Yeah, like I say to you, Takam would be a good fight for him. I reckon he'll get through it. He's a lot bigger man than Takam. But it'll be a good fight because Takam comes to the fight as well. He'll put the pressure, so he's got to work on his boxing.
100%. And you see the likes of Joe Joyce, Daniel Dubois. There's a lot of good heavyweights, that I'm thinking that you can match yourself against potentially in the future. I mean, what's the whole game plan in terms of a lot of these good domestic fighters around you?
Listen, to me, I'm only bothered about one thing: is getting to the top and becoming a world champion. That's the only thing I'm bothered about. And like you say, we train every single day, so my thing is now is just getting to the top, and whatever fights come.
100%. And obviously, look, we're talking about the elite level. We have Joshua and Usyk. How does that fight kind of pan out for you?
I think it's going to be a tough fight, to be fair. Obviously, Joshua was the bigger man and where the power lands, but you've got Usyk, who's a slick southpaw, and it's going to make it very hard work for Joshua, especially because he's got very good footwork, Usyk, and you just can't underestimate him. So listen, I'm going to say that's a 50-50 fight.
Yeah.
But Joshua's come on a lot from his previous fights as well, so it's a very good matchup.
What have you kind of made of like Usyk's fights at heavyweight against Chisora? Chisora thought that he won that fight. There's some people that argued for Chisora. His first fight at heavyweight, his debut, some people said it was underwhelming. You're a heavyweight, man. I mean, what did you kind of assess?
Yeah, like you say, with Usyk, he seemed like he did struggle a bit with the fights he's had, but I don't think you can just underestimate Usyk. I think the better opponent he has in front of him, he'll show up.
100%. And obviously you said you've seen improvements in Anthony Joshua. Did you kind of see those improvements in the Pulev fight or before that?
Every single fight, really. He's been, like you say, you got to give credit to him. Every single fight he's progressed.
100%. And obviously, look, we've had the delay of Fury versus Wilder. Would you kind of make of this whole trilogy thing?
What can you say, really? Is the fight has got to happen, hasn't it? So I think the same outcome will come again.
Yeah. A lot of people are saying that the second fight was so emphatic that there's no need for a third, but I guess Deontay Wilder's intent on getting his revenge. 100%.
His man wants to go out on his shield, so I say he was very upset that the fight got stopped. So I say, I think he was saying other things. So we'll see, isn't it?
Yeah, 100%. And look, when are we kind of expecting some Hughie Fury news?
Hopefully very soon. So just keep waiting, and hopefully fill you in with some news very soon.
Very soon. All right, we'd like to thank the man himself, Mr. Hughie Fury.
Thank you very much,
Pep Talk
sir.
UK. Make sure you subscribe.